YCS Las Vegas was a massive success that broke an all-time record for team events in the TCG as it set the Yu-Gi-Oh world on fire, figuratively and I guess literally. However, it wasn't without its fair share of controversies, from dozens of illegal plays being caught on stream by the audience to the eventual champions being raked through the coals on social media for various reasons. However, without a doubt, the absolute largest, and some might say most baffling controversy actually involved the second place team, and more specifically, the largest TCG Yu-Gi tuber on the planet, TeamSamuraiX1, who I often refer to as Sammy. I've already made a full recap of the Las Vegas YCS tournament in terms of what people played, percentage breakdowns, tech cards, and more. But in this video, I want to specifically focus on what had absolutely everyone talking online and most claiming that it was BS. Let's discuss if TeamSamuraiX1 and Pac got screwed out of a YCS championship. For those who didn't closely follow this event or ones who didn't catch the final feature match in its entirety, you may have no idea what I'm talking about. Yes, Team the Jawari brothers featuring Hani Jawari, Hisam Jawani, and Chris LeBlanc defeated Team Supreme Pro, which consisted of Pac, Sam from Team Samurai, and Hansel. However, it wasn't as clear and cut as one team just played better or got lucky. You see, Team the Jawari brothers actually went into the finals with an overwhelming advantage because Sam from Team Samurai was issued a penalty during the semifinals, which ridiculously incurred him a game loss for the finals match. Some might be wondering what Sam did that was so bad Konami felt it necessary to issue him a game loss for the finals of all things, keeping in mind that this decision alone could completely decide the entire tournament. Did he slow play numerous times while trying to cheese a win in time? Did he make multiple illegal plays? Maybe he outright disrespected his opponents, the judges, or someone in the Konami staff. I think that most would agree these type of actions would completely warrant such a severe punishment, even in the finals of a YCS. However, the answer is no. What Sam actually did that got him in such deep trouble was saying, quote, "Goddamn."
Coming out, it does resolve. Are we gonna see another Jordan Lockbird? Usually when that resolves, we can see the Jordan Lockbird.
Oh,
there it is. Oh, there is the cross-out designator. We mentioned that this is a really, really good side. Not just for the disruption from the hand, but also, well, for the rest of the deck.
Both of them smiling. Sam wearing the heart of the cards on his sleeve, just has nothing he can do to answer up. And look, it's really paying off. You just get to keep using those resources and also kind of get those monsters in the graveyard.
Ooh, a triple tactics talent. That is the most dangerous card if it does get to resolve, and likely going to reveal your hand. This is a forceful entry.
And so we've got the infinite permanents there, a Snake Eye Ash, a Snake Eye Oak, as well as a 1-for-1.
Oh, this is going to be pretty rough. See, if you're able to use both Crossout and Triple Tactics, having those two cards in your hand going first, just some of the best things you can have.
In game 2 of the top 4, after his attempt to hand trap his opponent was punished not once but twice by the likes of Crossout Designator first, then followed up later in the turn by Triple Tactics Talent. When Talents was used to reveal Sam's hand, he rolled his eyes, shook his head around, and then just blurted it out in a manner that often means, "Geez, this guy has everything," or "His hand's absolutely loaded, what can I do?" The Konami judge immediately stopped Sam, spoke to him about his use of foul language or swearing, and unfortunately, as Sam had already received a warning for this at some point earlier in the tournament, the penalty was upgraded from a warning to a game loss, but for some reason, the penalty wouldn't take effect until the next round, or the finals of the event. Let me first say and make one thing very, very clear. I am not a Konami Yu-Gi-Oh judge, nor have I ever been one, so I may not know all the inner workings and or all the SOP when it comes to warnings and issuing punishments. But honestly, I have so many questions. Like, for one, if the penalty for swearing was going to be upgraded into a game loss, why not simply apply it immediately to the current game like what they do with procedural errors? I'll restate for the record, it was game 2 and Sam was already up a game. The infraction occurred during the opponent's opening turn, so why not just stop the duel right then and there, issue and upgrade the penalty, thus ending the current game because of said penalty upgrade, and thus game 3 would have played out normally. To me, this would have definitely been fair because Sam would have paid the price. He would have lost game 2 on the spot with no ability to come back, and the rest of the tournament would have continued without any teams having unfair advantages. But instead, Konami does the most nonsensical thing imaginable, where they delay the penalty for a round and hence throw everything into chaos. The other question I had was if this really deserved to be upgraded at all. Look, I'm not gonna tell Konami what rules should be in place, and obviously players shouldn't swear when dueling. However, at what point do we use any semblance of common sense and actually look at the situation and try to discern, 1, how severe or graphic actually was the language Sam used, and 2, was Sam using it at his opponent in a disrespectful or degrading manner? Because I think most of us would consider goddamn to be, I don't know, maybe like a 3 on the swearing scale, and it definitely wasn't used in any type of disrespectful or degrading manner towards his opponent. In fact, to that point, his opponent, Rashad, even smiled and laughed when Sam made his remark, so clearly he wasn't being disparaged. In fact, to me, Rashad's body language said something along the lines of, yeah, my hand was stacked, wasn't it? And I got you good, didn't I, buddy? Not body language of someone who had just been insulted. I'm a big believer in personal accountability, and I don't think that anyone is claiming that Sam didn't audibly swear or that he shouldn't have done so. However, having it carry a game loss to the finals of a YCS championship is like beyond comprehension. Being the history buff that I am, I can remember Cesar Gonzalez getting a game loss in the finals of a Shonen Jump championship during Teledad format. This was Shonen Jump Chicago, I believe, and it happened because Cesar forgot to unside out his Mirror Force and then drew that same Mirror Force in game 1. However, the issue with that, and I guess opposed to what Sam did, is that this was something that explicitly affected the gameplay, much like slow playing or doing illegal plays. What Sam didn't affect the gameplay at all, and was closer to banter between duelists, which obviously happens all the time. Now, you could probably argue that the banner was a little too colorful, but to have such a minor transgression potentially deciding your largest team tournament in Yu-Gi-Oh history is honestly shameful in my opinion. As expected, this absolutely blew up on social media, as the memes went crazy on Twitter, Facebook, and other platforms like Reddit. Some content creators even made satirical shorts alluding to calling the judges over to give your opponent a game loss anytime you heard a swear word. Interestingly enough, and in my opinion fully expected, there was pretty much no one on the side of Konami defending the game loss and thought that it was just. Most were already annoyed by all the poor technical play from Vegas' Swiss rounds, i.e. all the illegal moves and people who didn't know how to properly play their decks, so this was just the ultimate cherry on top for players to trash the event, and honestly, I can't blame them. I saw numerous people saying either clown game or clown tournament, or calling Konami outright pathetic, or just being completely confused, as many of them didn't even think that goddamn qualified as proper swearing. To make matters worse, the finals of YCS Vegas also ended in the most anticlimactic way possible, as in game 3, Pac made an insane read to call out the exact back row card that Hani Jawari had set, and appeared to be completely unfazed as if he had a plan, only to have Hani abruptly start celebrating as the camera panned out, as their intense dueling situation didn't even matter because the other two duels had concluded. While this is always possible at a Team YCS event, for this one in particular, we'll always be left wondering if things could have ended differently had Sam not gone into the finals already with one foot in the grave because he was down one game. To Sam's credit, he took it in stride and didn't complain about it once, at least not publicly, but rather celebrated the insane run to the finals, giving tremendous credit to his teammates, which I personally found to be very graceful and enduring. Honestly, I thought that YCS Las Vegas was a pretty enjoyable event. However, Sam's penalty and how it may have completely swung the finals definitely has left a bad taste in my mouth, as I completely disagree with the decision to upgrade the penalty. But I guess those are just my thoughts and opinions, and I'd like for you to leave yours in the comment section below. What do you think of this entire situation, and do you think that it's nonsense that Konami upgraded, in my opinion, such a silly infraction that directly affected the finals of a YCS championship? You leave that in the comment section below. Also, keep your language clean because you might end up with a game loss next time at your next event. Check my Patreon out for those who want to support. You can support the Patreon for just $1 a month, and thank you for watching as always.